Chris, Poison Flower, to ask a general question, how did it all come about?
Okay, so it all started from not having a commission when I came back from India. Just shot a music video in India with a Ukraine pop star. Came back to Harlow, was playing football, Sunday League, and I kicked the ball over the goal. It was a wild shot, and normally the goalie would get it. Because it was so wild, I thought I'd go and get it. I literally went into the bushes, got the ball, looked up, and there was a tent and a canopy and a fire, and I was just amazed. I just couldn't believe. I'd just been to India, one of the poorest countries in the world. People were begging me to help them get visas to come here, and somebody's living in the woods like this, and the illusion of the grandeur of the UK. And to me, as a storyteller, in my heart, I just wanted to know what was going on with those people. And so, yeah, that was on the Sunday, and Monday I went in with a camera and a guitar. Just wanted to find out what was going on, really, and that was how it all started.
One of the skills you seem to have from the stuff, you seem to have an ability to develop trust from people. How do you do that?
Okay, well, I think first of all, something that is really lacking at the moment is time for people in a society where everything's rush, and everybody wants to sort of talk about themselves. The skill of listening seems to have been forgotten, and if you spend enough time with somebody, genuinely listening to them and opening your heart to someone, to their problems, and yeah, you'll build up trust with anybody, you know. And it is about being untoward, being gentle, not being aggressive, and not being threatening as well. So just giving people time of the day, you know. Often nowadays that's not easy to do, and that, I think, is a way of gaining people's trust.
But did it take a time before we actually picked up the camera, or were you more filming straight away?
I was filming straight away, but at the beginning there was no way of knowing where the storyline would go. So the way I film is I don't film lots and lots of footage. I tend to just film the bits that I need, because I don't like to have to trawl through loads of footage. So it was a case of just delicately going in at first and finding the story, finding an angle, finding what's the story really, first of all. And it did take a while before any concrete filming began, to be honest. And also the nature of the filming was very immersive, so it took a long time for the subjects to adapt to the camera. My style of filming is you get to a point where you're immersed in somebody's life, so that the camera's no longer there. The camera's part of you. God, that's just Chris over there. It's not, oh, there's a camera. So then it becomes fly on the wall, and it doesn't become overt or covert. It's just there. It's just a part of the day. Another member of somebody. You know, it's not intrusive.
There's the Harlow element to the film, and then if I'm right here, is the Latvian element?
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, one of the main protagonists was from Latvia, and the film was always another reason it came about was growing up in Harlow, seeing the influx of Eastern Europe, and along with those headlines a few years ago of, you know, Eastern Europeans coming over to nick our jobs and our benefits, and that was a big premise for me at the time. I wanted to sort of understand what's underneath that headline, you know, bring some sort of humanity to these sort of brainwashing headlines. And one of the protagonists was from Latvia, and the group that I discovered in that tent were Eastern Europeans from Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, and one of the main characters was from Latvia. And for me the strongest storyline was to return to Latvia with two of the protagonists, to complete the film.
Is this a one-man show for you? Is it just yourself, or have you got other people?
Yeah, for the first 6-7 months, I always go in on my own. I don't really know where the story's going to go. I don't know what's going to develop. On that Monday when I went in, I could never have predicted it would have led to a year's worth of filming, led to us going to Latvia, led to the film that we've now got. You can't plan for that. So, it's always a one-man project at the beginning. Luckily, through the process, I managed to get a production company on board, and they were supportive financially to the project, and so I was able to finish it.
Has the film's been shown in Manchester?
It's been Manchester, Leicester, and in London, and we've got another screening tomorrow night, Monday, or in London as well.
How's it gone down?
Yeah, it's been amazing. It really has. I mean, it's been. I mean, the questions that it brings up in the Q&A afterwards are just really sort of. I could never have expected that level of intrigue. Really, I mean, I did try to go in hard and tell a story in its full reality, and yeah, I mean, people are really sort of enjoying it, and it's quite horrifying as well. So, you know, I always set out to make people laugh, cry, be entertained, and it seems to have ticked all those boxes. So yeah, I've been amazed by the reaction, really.
So what happens now?
Well, it's all about getting a distributor to get it out to the biggest audience. This morning I had a conversation with a distributor, and yeah, possibly might be able to get a deal done where it will carry on to film festivals and hopefully a television screening.
Will we ever see it in Harlow?
I mean, I'd like to show it in Harlow. I really would. Again, at the beginning of the project, a few weeks in, I approached the people that are supposed to be in charge of arts and supporting arts and Harnden Mill. I approached the film with them for a screening. Again, just all those doors have sort of been shut on me for some reason. I'd love to show it to Harlow. It's about Harlow people. It's on the streets of Harlow. I'd be willing to show it, but I mean, it's just finding the right time and a place, really, and people that want to support it, really. But yeah, it'd be great for everybody to see it.
And yourselves, are you thinking any future projects, or are you still immersed in?
Well, not really. I mean, it's been a year. I've taken a year off because it was an incredibly intense experience. You know, it's all encompassing. It took over my life for about a year, and I've taken a year off pretty much. And yeah, on Tuesday next week, I'll fly to Cambodia, and I'm ready to re-immerse with another subject. So I'll be looking for something else. I don't know what it will be yet.
And very finally, young people in Harlow who think, I'd like to make film, I'd either in any shape or form. What advice do you have for them?
Yeah, what I would say to them, and I'll give you an example from me. You know, growing up, I didn't think filming was for me because I wasn't from an art background. I didn't have an art degree. I wasn't. There were points where I just thought I wasn't good enough to make a film or be a creative for any of that, for some strange weird mind block of mine. And over the years, I just grew in confidence. And if you really want to do it, you've got to just pick up a camera, believe in yourself, put the time and effort in, and anything's possible. You know, there's a good friend of mine she's got a quote, and she says, if you try and you keep trying and you give it all you've got, sooner or later something beautiful will happen. And it's true. You know, if you put the effort in, nobody's going to do it for you. You're the one that's got to get up, pick up a camera and get on with it. And if it's a good story and you're passionate about it, somebody out there will support you.